Tonight, we start with weekend preparations. With a summer-like Saturday on the way, you can bet that people will be out enjoying the sunshine. Well, that said, it's also a time for health officials to sound the alarm about water safety. Drowning can be fast and silent and in many cases preventable. News 3's Jasmine Chamise has a few tips that every family needs to hear.
That is truly anyone. Nobody is immune to drowning.
Summer fun can quickly turn to tragedy. Drowning is the leading cause of accidental death for children ages 1 to 4, and it often happens silently. It only takes a moment. A distraction or delay can mean the difference between life and death. Since May is Childhood Drowning Prevention Month, Illinois DCFS is urging families to stay alert as the summer season begins.
So we are encouraging families to make sure that your small children do have access to swim lessons and are not left unattended in the water, even after they've had those lessons, just to reduce the chance of drowning.
According to state statistics, in 2024, 19 children have lost their lives to accidental drowning, most under the age of 5. That includes drownings in bathtubs, pools, ponds, and even buckets. SIU Recreation Aquatics Coordinator William Stearns is also a veteran lifeguard, and he has seen these dangers firsthand.
It's not necessarily going to look like what it looks like in the movies. Nobody is immune to drowning, and that's always one of the biggest things to push, even if you've been a competitive swimmer for the last 15 years and you're at the peak of your career in college. You're definitely not immune from drowning. Nobody is put to a lower priority in surveillance or anything like that while we're on the stand.
He recommends water safety classes, learning CPR, and appointing a water watcher. Stearns says there are several phases of drowning, including active and passive. He says there are signs, though, you can watch out for.
Drowning is kind of a continuum of events that starts once a person's airway is under the water. And so we train specifically on recognizing behaviors and indicators for distressed swimmers, who are people that are still able to keep themselves up, keep their airway out of the water, but they might not have enough steam to get themselves to safety before it's going to be an issue. Active drowning persons are, that is once the body is in full survival mode, and that's much more what you would think of when you see a drowning in the movies.
According to Stearns, though rare, there are dangers that extend outside of the water, with incidents like dry drowning.
Once water has gotten into the airway, then there is the potential for that water in there to stay. We're up and responsive afterward, we're moving along, and it seems fine. And then the horror story is that, like, we go to bed at night and then drown in our sleep, essentially.
Health experts stress key safety steps like securing access to pools and hot tubs and removing ladders and toys. Other tips to be aware of: hygiene and cleanliness. Health officials say rinse off before and after swimming to reduce the spread of bacteria.
We're encouraging families to make sure that if you're experiencing vomiting or having a diarrhea type emergency, to stay out of the water at least for 24 to 48 hours, because you could spread the germ that you are having from your virus onto others.
So this summer, make safety part of your swim routine. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay within arm's reach. For more water safety tips and CPR resources, visit our website, that is WSILTV.com. Reporting in Jackson County, Jasmine Chamise, News 3.